This is Uncle Don, and he's got a huge problem. See, Uncle Don's forest owes a lot of nuts to many creditors. 37 trillion nuts to be exact. Now that's nuts. That's over 1,000 times more nuts than there are squirrels on the entire globe. Potentially even more nuts than stars in the night sky. This is called the U.S. national debt. Every year, Uncle Don collects nuts from working squirrels who live and run businesses in the forest. This is called taxes. The government then spends those nuts to run the forest, build roads, pay soldiers, provide health care. Okay, maybe not that one, but you get the point. Taxes are meant to be used by the government to build, repair, and improve infrastructure and policies. But here's the problem. Uncle Don always spends more nuts than he collects, and he's not alone. Every administration does it every single year. When this happens, the forest runs something called a deficit, where the forest simply isn't able to cover its expenses with the taxes it collects from its citizens. So to fill the gap, Uncle Don borrows nuts, promising to pay them back later, but later never seems to arrive. So who lends the US nuts? Some nuts are borrowed from other squirrels in the forest, banks, investment funds, even Grandma Squirrel's retirement acorn stash. These are squirrels who buy something called treasury bonds. Little IOUs from Uncle Don that say, "Lend me your nuts now. I'll pay you back later with interest." But that's not all. A big chunk of nuts is also borrowed from foreign forests. Panda's Bamboo Grove, Pheasant's Forest, and the Lion's Pride Savannah are happy to lend nuts because they trust that Uncle Don usually pays them back. In fact, Panda's Grove alone used to hold over 1 trillion nuts in American debt. Why? Because the US was seen as a safe place to stash nuts for now. So when Uncle Don borrows, it's not always from shady squirrels in trench coats. And for a long time, everyone's believed Uncle Don and the US forest would make good on their promise. So when Uncle Don borrows, it's not always from shady squirrels in trench coats. And for a long time, everyone's believed Uncle Don and the US forest would make good on their promise. But the stack of IOUs, it's getting very, very tall and very, very fast. Why does the debt keep growing? And why is this a problem? Borrowing nuts can't always be bad, right?